Well, it's that time of year. I stop when I see snakes on the road because if it's a rattler, I will run it over. I leave these. These are gopher or gardener snakes or something, that maybe bull snake. I don't really know, but it's not a rattler. That means it's competition for the rattler. Let's hope this guy goes on his merry way, goes and takes a few out. Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday here, approaching the end of April, and lucky for us, we have a nice rain popping in. It's not heavy by any means, but it's enough of a sprinkle to knock the dust down, help my plants survive just a little bit longer, well, and make it wet around here. Also smell good like rain. Pretty much all goods. We've been up to a few different things here, and let's get into it. I brought the tote back to life that I crushed like an idiot. All it took was filling it with 300 gallons of water, popped right back into place, and then jiggling around on the dirt road as we came in here, slammed the rest of the crinkles out of it. So, no harm, no foul. Note to self in the future, take off the top. Alright, here we are in the nursery. Only surviving bean out of the entire 50 of them I planted. The tomatoes, they're not really doing too good. I need to transplant all this stuff, and I'm seriously like weeks behind on this. Look at the peas. They're just taking over. This is what happens when you just let them stay. And, let's see if I can see this here. That's a flower. Yep, right here. There's also another beautiful flower right here. Look at that. Those are going to be pea pods. Awesome. Sometimes negligence does not bring plants down, especially peas and beans. Now, for the most exciting thing to me. I plant stuff sometimes, and then I forget about it. I'm like, I could have sworn I planted that. And then I think, oh, I must be crazy. I didn't plant what I thought. And then this happens. Yes. An asparagus. I knew I planted asparagus. I just knew it. That is one beautiful asparagus. Just a single shoot. I plucked all the grass from around it and mulched on top. Strawberry's doing great. It continues to pump out leaf sets. This right here is the cover crop test. I'd say it's a complete success. I stacked it on here just because it has like a leak or a weeping hole where water comes out when I overfill it. And I was just kind of dumping a gallon of water in here, letting it saturate this, and then letting it water the strawberries as opposed to just dumping out on the ground. And let's see what else we got going on. So the asparagus lives. I'm continuing to compost my compost pile. It's not really doing anything yet, but whatever. This is my dogwood. Finally remember what it was. It's doing great. Look at this red currant. All the little white crystals you see are just some basic fertilizer I put down there. And if we look over here, look at that. Flowers. I can't believe it, but this one is going to do something this year. I'm stoked about that. Also, this is budding. If we sneak in there, we can see all the buds along the trunk there. There's quite a few of them. Those are going to turn into leaves eventually. And the cover crop test out in the middle of nowhere is totally living. Look at this. It's lush. I was out here the other morning and there was 3 cats laying on top of it. I thought this was getting killed somehow, and it was from the cats laying on top of it. So, outside of the feline attack of 18, this stuff's doing amazingly. I'm loving it. So if I just put this stuff down, keep it watered for a little while in basically whatever, very early on in spring, still in winter, I will be able to have an edible crop for chickens or for whatever else will eat this stuff by the time spring even hits. To me, that's really important because the growing season out here seems a bit short. and I'm just trying to figure out, since I'm so new to the area, exactly what can grow when and in what conditions. It's proven that it can stand up to 70-mile-an-hour winds in sub-freezing conditions. To me, that's pretty incredible. Okay, now for the next great piece of news. So the other piece of great news for us is that these trees live. I thought they were dead, and if there's anything I keep on repeating over and over in this channel or at my place, is that plants are resilient, incredibly so. All the abuse they took from Justin the gardener llama, and all the neglect from me, getting discouraged, not watering it enough, not doing anything, is totally budding. You know, these are starting to swell right here, these nodes. And I even saw, you know, that wasn't there, this little leaf. I know I can never focus on anything right in front of me. But, yeah. This is a Golden Delicious apple. This is something else. I'm going to have to read the tag to figure that out. What do we got? Semi-dwarf Red Baron peach. Okay, my second favorite fruit. So peach tree lives, Golden Delicious apple lives. This is a cherry tree. I have no idea if it lives yet. I'm hoping. I fertilized and watered all of these a good amount. Kind of dug out a trough around them so they could hold water a little better. The white stuff around there is, oh gosh, what is it? Epsom salt, magnesium sulfate. That's what it is. It's the cheapest fertilizer you can get. Also OMRI listed, which is amazing. Now, if we go the very short distance over here, I am so incredibly excited that the very first tree we planted, I am happy to report, is not only alive, it's thriving. Look at this. It's amazing. Look at all these leaves popping up on it. After everything it's been through, this giant fence thing snapping it in half, all the neglect, all the extreme weather, it is doing amazingly. This is an apricot tree. It's within what I call the apricot ring. It's a 15-foot circle that we surrounded with rocks. Right when we got here, planted a tree, and a year later, can't believe it's already been a year, here it stands. Surviving, just like we're trying to do, right? It's a great feeling. This will continue to grow as long as I keep on doing what I'm doing. I'm trying to get better, not neglect it so much. Trying to get better at separating construction on the cabin, you know, with all this stuff, and farming and getting trees growing, and getting some fruit and some food that will continually provide for my family. That's the goal of fruit trees and growing food anyways, right? It's a great day. Alright, so I'm just chilling here waiting for my water to fill. It's like 70% full now. Just trying to think of what else has been going on around my homestead this week. Awesome neighbor Larry, the transmission started slipping on his truck after he was hauling water, and he towed one of our other neighbors back home. He noticed it slipping and basically finally went out. So we got a new transmission under warranty for him, and then spent like the last week, 4 days or so, installing it. Had to take it out, had to take the bad one in before they'd give us the new one for whatever reason, and then we installed the new one. The install went really smoothly, and that should have been a huge, hint to us that something drastic was going to go wrong. And after we installed it, no reverse. I can't believe they gave him bad transmission. So we now have to uninstall the brand new transmission we just put in, take it back, get another transmission in hopes that all the gears work, and reinstall that one. Yeah, so it's going to be another long week, but I'm excited to be in a position where my truck's working. I have a little downtime at my place right now, and I got time to throw his way in order to help him like he's been helping us. I'm excited to finally be there, you know, helping my neighbors instead of being the one that's always like, help, my stuff's breaking, I'm a noob. But yeah, other than that, I've been babying my plants, making sure they live, just kind of excited to see at this time of year what's coming up out of the ground. And yeah, that's pretty much it this week. I'm excited for next week because we're going to be topped up on water, and we're going to be doing some stuff for the farm, trying to get a couple rows of watermelons and a couple other mounders, I call them, like squash family, you know, that like grow in big vines and stuff like that. Going to get a few samples of those installed in the ground and then see how they continue to grow through the summer. I'm really excited about my cover crop test. It's doing incredibly well with pretty much like no maintenance on my part, water here and there. And if I can eventually get to a point where I can keep this stuff watered mostly automatically, it'll be nice. Got plenty of sun here. Everything I'm planting seems to be incredibly resilient. There it is again. And is able to survive. So far I've been the only factor that kills my plants, like usual. So I'm excited about it. I think that this homestead's going to work out, even with the extreme wind and extreme lack of moisture. You know, getting 2 inches of rain a year. It's not a lot, but it's working out nicely. That's all I got planned, and that's all I've been up to. Today's Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend, good week. Got something accomplished on your list. If not, there's next week. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. I got rain. It's beautiful. Have a good rest of your weekend. Have a great Monday tomorrow.